Hey folks, Reviewy McReviewface coming at you, and in honor of the upcoming Robbie Burns Day, I thought I would answer the age-old question, what's better, haggis from a can or 3-year-old haggis from your freezer? You mean that's not an age-old question? Well, it's a question I have because I have some haggis in my freezer from the wonderful Macewan Meats, who are in no way to blame and definitely have not sponsored this video, trust me. Macewan Meats here in Calgary does some lovely haggis. And 3 years ago, I got a haggis. I bought it, then I ate it from the freezer last year. And now this is its 3rd year of haggising in my household. It's just me going into the freezer to get me haggis. Oh, hello, wee haggis. Coming out from your annual hibernation.
Honey, I feel that could give you food poisoning or kill you, and I don't think you should eat it.
Oh, it don't kill me.
Talking in a cute Scottish accent doesn't make it less bad for you.
So you're saying you don't want any haggis?
That's an understatement.
Oh, I don't think it got freezer burn, which is nice. And we're just going to put it into a low oven to slowly come up to temperature. And then we'll put it on a slightly higher temperature so that it actually gets nice and warm inside. And I do not hold Macewan Meats responsible in any way if this turns out to be terrible. It is 3 years old. That's not their fault. And in this corner, the challenger. Coming straight out of the cupboard. And surprisingly actually available in a store near you, Scottish Haggis. I mean, where I'm not expecting this to in any way, shape, or form hold up to even 3-year-old real haggis. Information here, there's a lot of sodium in there, oh my. And, well, 10% of your daily iron in just 1/3 of a cup. Geez, I wonder why. Oh, it could be because the second ingredient is lamb hearts. Or how about haggis with fries? How about haggis with fries? Let's take a look, shall we? Okay, cracked it. First sniff. Smells like dog food. Perfect. All right, on we go. So there, let's get some light on that. That's what it looks like. And, wait. Hi, Bowie. Are you staring at the haggis? Do you think that's for you? No, that's for me. The haggis is for me, not for you. No, get out of here. You don't get any. No, this is for me. So let's just see. We're just going to take a forkful here. Some bits in there that I don't know what those are. So we're just going to put a little bit of that into this red ramekin. So the red will be the can. The blue ramekin will be the Macewan Meats freezer haggis. Bowie is making all kinds of noises because he does think this is for him. And now as you can see, that didn't take that much out of the can. I'm going to put the rest of it into this Ziploc bag. And we're just going to put all of this into the bag and put that into the freezer for next year. So next year we can do the taste test. What tastes better, 4-year-old fresh haggis or 1-year-old frozen canned haggis? All right, so haggis out of the oven at 300, so it should just be enough, warm enough to put a bit into the ramekin there. So this, in the blue container, is the real haggis. And this over here is the American canned haggis. In you go, you wee haggy, and your friend. There's our haggises. Store-bought 3-year-old Macewan Meat freezer haggis. So first things first, we're just going to do a straight visual comparison. As you can see with this one, it's got all these white lumpies in it. I don't know what those are. You'd think that it's like a grain or something, but I don't know. It's concerning anyways. And then over here on this side, we've got the professionally made haggis, which again, much less uniform looking, a little drier looking, but again, that could be because it's been in the freezer for 2 years. Yeah, you can see where the oats are, but it's not so much of a clumpy grain look. It's more of a mushy oatmeal. All right, we're just gonna try these. So we're gonna start off with the canned stuff. So here is a lovely bite of the canned haggis. Nice and steaming hot. Warm, reeking rich, as Robbie Burns would say. So let's give it a try. First impression, it tastes a lot. Oh, what is it? There's that canned meat. Can't think of the name of it now. But it tastes, yeah, like there's a little bit of that iron flavor you get from, I'm guessing that's from the heart. Texture-wise, the grains are really pronounced. The flavor's not bad though. You know, like, yeah, it's got that iron flavor. Definitely meaty. Okay, let's dig in on a nice forkful. Third-year haggis from the freezer. Okay, texturally, completely different. This dries the mouth. It's like spooning in a big spoonful of oatmeal. Flavors are much more delicate. You might even call it subdued. That may just be the freezer sucking all the flavor out of it. Because honestly, you know, I've had this before and gotten a lot stronger flavors. This is like oatmeal and pate. Nothing too crazy about it. So next test on a bit of toast. So we're gonna go from the Red Bull, the canned on toast. Really good. Just nice buttered toast. It's a pumpernickel. Works really well with the pumpernickel because the pumpernickel has that bit of a stronger flavor. Really just nice on the bread. Okay. That mixes really well with the canned stuff. And now on the other side, the freezer haggis. The butter and the bread really help here to kind of keep that drying, keep it from being too dry. I'd say it's 50-50, you know what? I mean, there's points for both. I think the flavor might be nicer on the canned on toast. It just works well with the pumpernickel. I think the freezer has really sucked a lot out of this haggis. But the texture is so much nicer. This is just kind of like a good meaty flavor. This is its own thing. And a little bit more of a, and we have the spices are coming out at the end here now. And they're a little more delicate and subdued. I think you could actually say sophisticated, he says as he eats haggis out of his freezer. Next test. How do they go with a bit of whiskey? All right, so we're gonna do a wash, a bite, and a wash. A bite of this grainy canned stuff. The whiskey knocks back some of the flavor, knocks back some of the, I guess you could call it, it's not quite gamey, but it knocks back some of that irony flavor. And the sip of whiskey afterwards subdues, yeah, not as burny. All right, here's our sip of whiskey, and now our bite of the real haggis. Very dry, in that it shucks the moisture. Like it's still got some give to it, but the dryness of the alcohol and the dryness of the old haggis really sucks the moisture out of your mouth. Again, still prefer the texture of the Blue Boy here. I think if you're going, which one goes better with whiskey? Real haggis. This one, I think the red haggis here, the canned stuff. Again, the whiskey just took all the interest out of it. It just turned it into canned meat with grain. It became less interesting to eat. Whereas the real haggis with the whiskey, it was drying, but the flavors enhanced each other, I think, a little better and kind of complemented each other better. I'm sure there's some bias here. You know, I have to say, I'm probably biased against the can. How can you not be biased against haggis in a can, right? I will say this, I am enjoying them both for different portions of it. You know, the graininess isn't bad, but I do prefer the smoothness of the real haggis. All right, so in the end, what do we got? We had a food that, let's be honest, most people are just not going to eat, right? Let's get the money shot here. Here's our haggises, haggai. All right, so if you have your choice, if somebody says to you, well, we got haggis, but you got your choice between haggis out of a can or haggis that's been in the freezer for 3 years, what do you think? For my money, the haggis that I got from Macewan Meats all those many years ago wasn't cheap. I mean, the haggis in the can was still $13. Well, you know, the whole haggis wasn't cheap, but I still got more left in my freezer for next year. So I gotta say, of the two, I think I prefer freezer haggis to canned haggis. Answers a question you never knew you needed answered. But hey, I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm just telling you my haggis review. I'm Reviewy McReviewface, celebrating Robbie Burns. And I'll see you next review.
You make you.